only a few days remain for N7 day to be here. So today I wanted to speak about the teaser with Liara and the Geth, and there's some stuff in there that I want to analyze. Not only the visual part, but also the audio part that we all have heard. There's something that people haven't heard. But first, I'm going to analyze the visual part. So let's get onto it. The video shows a mass relay being constructed. You can see some ships carrying some parts from the mass relay. And something that caught my attention, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arcs. This signifies the 5 arcs that were in Andromeda. But the 5th arc, the Aquarian arc, didn't make it into the Helios cluster. And here it shows us the 5 arcs. I think that's just to show some Andromeda connection into it. And on the mass relay, we can see some numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But number 1 is missing. And I think that number 1 is located in Andromeda. And that's another connection. And the third connection is also Michael Gamble's tweet about the relay saying, but where this mass relay leads. And I think that he implies that this mass relay leads to Andromeda. So the first mass relay might be in Andromeda. So I guess that maybe in Andromeda they've already built a mass relay, but I don't know how they're going to connect the timeline. And there's some info down there saying vacuum dock relay construction record, monitoring station operated by Green Dagger, property of Deep Space DO SAV, ship captain Sab Navark Soaral Zillian Jones, for interior use only SA 314. And then we have some numbers. So this seems like it's a footage of this mass relay being built, hence Liara speaking with a Geth. So maybe Liara saw that footage, maybe she was searching about it, and you can see an N7 stripe very faintly reflecting. I've said in my previous video that Liara actually is the one that wears the N7 suit. So I assume that this is Liara speaking to the Geth, wearing her N7 suit, and this teaser aligns pretty well with the 2023 teaser, when we see that mysterious N7 agent. So I believe, and I still believe, that this is Liara until I see otherwise. It might be anyone, but for now I'm gonna say that this is Liara, and following Michael's tweet saying that Liara has a third role. And I guess that she's an N7 now and working undercover and see what's happening. Maybe she wants to investigate why they built the mass relay to go to Andromeda. And this seems like they are a Cerberus organization. So these companies are new and we haven't heard of these before. So they are new, and I think they originate in the Milky Way. And the MR7 are Cerberus colors, so maybe Cerberus is back, or maybe that's a new organization. I've also seen some people saying on number 4 it actually implies that this is Mass Effect 4, and I see many people debating whether this is Mass Effect 4 or Mass Effect 5 or how else it's gonna call. I believe that this does not imply that this is Mass Effect 4. Many people say that Andromeda is actually a spin-off and not Mass Effect 4, but it's actually the 4th numbered game into the Mass Effect universe, whether it's a spin-off or whether it takes place in between Mass Effect 2. I believe this is the 5th Mass Effect. But I think that's not going to be called Mass Effect 5. Maybe it's gonna be Mass Effect and then it's gonna have a title for it. Because if the original trilogy and Andromeda are going to merge together with some story bits from Andromeda and continue to the Milky Way, I think it's going to be called something else and not have a number on it. I think this planet we see, this new system, is actually the Satherium system, and on the letters down it says SA314, indicating the relay incident with the Turians. And maybe the SA letters are Systems Alliance, or maybe this is a Satherium system. And then the date, it says 90. So I believe this is, many people say that this is 5 years after the trilogy, but I don't think this is after the trilogy. I think this is very close to the Andromeda timeline. So it could be 20790, because building 7 relays won't make sense in that time span. But I think that date is actually very open for many people, but I believe that this is very close to Andromeda's timeline. And the captain is very surprising, but I don't know which, it says ship captain, and the names are both Quarian and human. So the captain is a mix of Quarian and human. Maybe the ship captain is the one that flies into the relay, and this organization that, whichever they are, Cerberus or this new organization we see down below, Green Dagger or whatever, which Green Dagger sounds very much like a synthetic company to me. Those relays they build into the Satherium system, we don't know why they build those and want to go to Andromeda. And the Satherium system is confirmed into the file. If you open the video file, you will see the name for the video saying Satherium. So that's a new system in the Milky Way, as I said before. And that relay and all the other relays that are being built are towards Andromeda and wherever else they might lead to. The 7th relay is almost ready to completion. And there is something interesting. Before Liara speaks to the Geth, we see something passing on the screen. And it looks like it has, this thing is invincible. And some user on Twitter did this amazing job. And he actually cleaned all the visual part. He actually erased it. It looks like a cloaked ship or something else. Maybe, I don't know, it looks like a Reaper to me. Or maybe it's a cloaked ship, I don't know. An anomaly or something passing. Because when that thing passes, some lights close or open. Just take a look at this. And now let's go to the audio part, which is very interesting. This person did an amazing job decoding Liara's voice. But there's one thing, I've tried to find if there's more into it. And many say that the Geth is actually inaudible for a reason. Only Liara understands what the Geth says. And I think that's it for us to find out what the Geth is saying. And the Geth says this. I've also heard something before, but I can't find it now. The Geth actually checked or hacked this image that we see here. And they saw this footage from the space station. Maybe they hacked this video because it looks like they've breached into the video files and saw this footage. So Liara, as an N7 agent, has the help of her Geth friend. And the Geth says that they search Andromeda. It's actually pretty clear, you can hear it searching Andromeda. And people are gonna say that Geth doesn't supposed to sound like, maybe the Geth doesn't say anything and the Geth is inaudible for a reason. Maybe only Liara understands what he says. And the context of all this is that Geth might also say something else. So Liara is saying that she can see it. Maybe she can see the footage now. Or she can see that thing that passes on the screen. And then she says, how did we miss this? And the Geth says, searching Andromeda, and that the Council will be furious. So the Council doesn't know that this relay is being built in secret by this organization. And they want to go to Andromeda for whatever reason. I don't believe that this is relocated in Andromeda. I don't believe they've built mass relays into Andromeda. I believe that's in the Milky Way, and that's the new system we see, the Satherium system. They are ready to leave the Milky Way and go to Andromeda. We also have the 5 arcs here, signifying the connection with Andromeda. I don't think that they've built 5 new arcs. There's a new arc that's been built in the Milky Way and is ready to depart and leave to Andromeda, the Arc 6, before the Reaper War. So I believe that this arc might contain Geth in it, because Geths are very prominent on every teaser we've seen so far, the art, the video, and here we hear the Geth, and we see that Geth into the concept art with Liara, along with some Angaras and a Pathfinder, which I believe it might be Ryder. As I've previously talked, that Ryder is going to go back to the Milky Way for whatever reason might be in the Milky Way that happened, that's gonna connect Andromeda. And maybe that ship, the Mad Skipper we see, is also a ship that contains Remtech technology, because PB actually said that we're gonna have new ways of travel. We can travel faster if we put Remtech. So this is what she implied. And I believe maybe they have a relay in Andromeda. Maybe they find a dormant relay somewhere and they activated it. Maybe the Geth built one. Maybe the Geth were actually more reached Andromeda sooner than the other arcs. Or maybe the Arc 6 is actually from Andromeda and they're going back to the Milky Way, because they sent a distress signal to the Milky Way. I don't know for what reason, but maybe they were in danger, or maybe that's the Quarian arc. But yeah, pretty much I think this is very interesting to hear about the Geth, saying that they search Andromeda, they want to go, and it's pretty interesting because what they want, why they want to go to Andromeda, what is their purpose, and who is this new captain we see? Then maybe that's I think this is going to be an important character into the story. And we also see the new organizations. Maybe Cerberus is also going to come back, or maybe they are going to be under a new name. So that's pretty much it. Something else that I forget about the visual part is this tweet that I found, this image. And this guy actually connected the arcs and the ships, and they are perfectly aligned, the Andromeda constellation. And that's very genius to me. So I'd like to hear what you all think about all this. And 7 days almost here, so we are going to talk more. We'll have something, but something smaller than last year. And I'm gonna cover everything that we are gonna see on N7 Day. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.